In the story of One Piece, we have the weakest versus the strongest. We have the strongest pirates versus the weakest pirates. We have NPCs in the world of One Piece. We have animals. We have so many things going on in the world of One Piece. And in this video, guys, we're going to be talking about the top 10 strongest women characters in One Piece. So don't forget, like this video, subscribe to your boy's channel, and let's go for it. And in my top 10 ranking of the most strongest women in One Piece, you better stay until the end of this video because it's about to get super bumpy. And if you guys get any comments about any character in my ranking, let me know down in the comments below. But in my top 10, I'ma start with Black Maria. I believe Black Maria is very, very strong. She was basically one of the strongest characters that was on Kaido's pirate ship, for example. And with her devil fruit power, with the size that she had, amount of people that basically were working for her. Yeah, Black Maria is very, very strong. Basically, she is an ancient spider or something like that. And that devil fruit power is allowing her to have basically all the powers of a spider, as bad as it sounds, but in a way, I would just want you to picture Spider-Man, but looking as Black Maria in a way. The powers of Spider-Man in a way. But on top of it, you also add some haki and all of that. And she is one of the higher ups of the Kaido pirates and all of that, the beast pirates. So totally understandable that Black Maria is supposed to be at least number 10, you know, and on the same spot. I don't want to give the spot number 11 to this character, but I'm still gonna give her spot number 10, and I'm talking about Kiku. Kiku totally also deserves to be at the spot number 10, for my opinion, because she is able to hold that sword like no one else, and she's one of the samurais that basically got entrusted with Odin himself. So I'm sorry to tell you, but Kiku also deserves to be on the same spot as Black Maria. And if you don't agree, let's talk about it in the comments below. But now for number 9, we are on the complete other side of the spectrum. We are in the Marines right now. And I'm talking about Tsuru. Tsuru, basically, I consider her she is not as strong, of course, as Garp, for example, but maybe she is on the same pedestal as Garp, meaning that the ability that she's got on her using her devil fruit power, her haki and all of that, that's what makes her very strong. And even, for example, Doflamingo's worst nightmare is basically Tsuru, because Tsuru, as you understand, her devil fruit power is basically washing people's sins, washing people's evilness, washing people's darkness and all of that. So by taking somebody and basically, you know, just like you would grab your t-shirt and like wash it or whatever, basically that's how she would take you. She would take you like this to wash you or something, boom, you're not evil anymore. And that's what Doflamingo was so scared of. And so you're telling me that a pirate of the caliber of Doflamingo is able to literally be so scared of Tsuru? I am telling you, Tsuru also deserves her spot in the number 10. And that's why I'm giving her the number 9. And then after Tsuru, we move on to number 8. Number 8, I am giving it to Stussy. Stussy, the one that Vegapunk in a way per se created, because basically she is the perfect replica or the copy of the real Stussy that existed a long time ago, basically 39 years ago, when the real Stussy was actually on the ship of the Rocks Pirates, and she was actually in love with Whitebeard and all of that. So the real Stussy, there's a difference in between the real one and the one that got created by Vegapunk in a way. But the one that got created by Vegapunk in a way, the one that we're talking about, basically she is so strong and she's got so many different hats in a way. She is basically a double agent or a triple agent spy or something like this, because basically she got created basically by Vegapunk. So she is working with Vegapunk from the very beginning. But then after that, she became a Cypherpol agent. And from being a Cypherpol agent, she also became a woman of the underground or something like this. To the point where she even became the queen of the like prostitution district or something like this. I think it was called. I don't remember per se what she was the head of in the underground per se, but so she literally was wearing the hat of a scientist, she was wearing the hat of a CP0 agent, and she was also wearing the hat of an underground boss. So basically she was a triple agent. And on top of it, she has basically devil fruit powers, and I'm probably also guessing that she can use some haki in some shape or form. So with her devil fruit power, that's allowing her to basically suck the blood out of people. Basically, I would consider her devil fruit power as the vampire devil fruit power, basically, because we all saw what she did to Rob Lucci when she made him go to sleep with Kaku, you know. But then after Stussy, I want to talk about my number 7 spots, and I'm talking about Carrot. Carrot is a mink that has a lot of power too. She basically is already strong enough to hold herself against strong opponents on Big Mom's ship, for example, like just strength-wise, you know. And she's very fast, but on top of that, she also has her Sulong form. Her Sulong form is so strong that none of the Big Mom's pirates could actually stop her when she was in her Sulong form. She was literally so fast, so beautiful and everything that she could even run on the water basically. And she also uses a lot of electricity as well. So by associating an element now to all of this equation, I am telling you, Carrot is not to be messed around with. And now that she basically became the queen of all the minks and everything, oh, she's got a lot of power, I am telling you. And in the future, I really believe that Carrot will be back at some point with the whole armada of minks behind her for the final fight or something like this of the One Piece world, you know? But then jump into a very dark side. On the number 6 spot, we've got Katarina Devon. We know how devilish Katarina Devon is. She basically was imprisoned in Impel Down level 6, and she got out because of Blackbeard's help in a way. But she literally had to kill so many prisoners to get out of the situation where she was. Just so you understand that she was in level 6 of Impel Down, and she killed so many other strong prisoners to get out. That tells me Katarina Devon is very strong, and she's not to be played with also at the same time. Power-wise, I don't consider her as strong as, for example, Blackbeard and stuff like that. Of course not. But as a pirate woman, she is a very strong woman, you know? And especially when you think of her devil fruit power, where she basically can just touch anybody and now she can transform into that somebody. Her devil fruit power might do a lot of damage, because we don't know the pretty much extent of it, like if she can actually even use the devil fruit power that she copies and stuff like that. That could be a possibility, and if that's truly a possibility, she's gonna be very strong in the future fights. That's all I'm gonna say about Katarina Devon. But then after Katarina Devon, let's move back to one of my favorite characters of One Piece, and I'm talking about Nico Robin. Nico Robin is basically the user of a devil fruit power that can basically make any sorts of limbs pop out of anywhere. Basically, it can be in your body, it can be in a building. Basically, she can make a hand, she can make a leg, she can make herself, like a new self, appear somewhere else. And it's pretty crazy, because she's able to be literally one of the greatest assassin of the One Piece world. Like, who will be going against Nico Robin and not actually getting scared about the whole fight? And we all saw how it went in between Nico Robin and Black Maria, for example, where at the end, basically Nico Robin became even a demon so that she defeats Black Maria. And after Nico Robin, literally now we are getting into like some of the strongest characters of the whole One Piece world. And now in number 4, I'm talking about Smoothie. Smoothie is Big Mom's daughter, basically. She is one of the oldest daughter that she has, and she is one of the tallest daughter that she has. And Smoothie also has a devil fruit power that's basically making smoothies. That's what I would consider. So basically she can take you just like this, take it, and she would take you in her hand, and she would basically just like this, so that she can squeeze the juice out of you. And that's what we saw her devil fruit power actually do when she was basically just going to a giraffe, and she would take that giraffe and juice her up basically and get a smoothie out of it. And people were like, oh yeah, this is so nice, this is a nice juice, whatever. I don't know about her devil fruit power, I don't know how strong her devil fruit power, but all I know is that she literally was considered, after Katakuri, the number 2 of the Big Mom's admirals, or whatever they were called back then. But Smoothie, literally, you had Katakuri, you had Smoothie, then you had crackers and all of that, and then you had snack crackers, whatever, all the rest. But after Katakuri, I am telling you, Smoothie is not to be messed around, and I'm probably guessing that she probably uses armament hockey, observation hockey, not to the full extent of Katakuri, of course, like not to the extent of looking at the future and all of that, but she's already up there, you know, like a fight in between her and Katarina Devon or Carrot. I would still see Smoothie winning that fight. But then on the same spot that I'm talking about Smoothie in being number 4, I also want to include another person in this level. A person that we just literally started to see here and there in some of the latest chapters of One Piece. And I'm talking about Gunko. Gunko, we don't know per se how much power she's got and how much damage she can do, but just from pretty much what we could see and how she was always considered the god's steel or something like that, that tells me that Gunko is also pretty much up there in strength with other very strong people in the world of One Piece. So Gunko, just be careful about her in the future. And now we are finally in our top 3. And in number 3, we've got Bonnie. I am sorry, Bonnie is very strong with her devil fruit power. She is basically able to grab on any sort of future might possibly happen and make that happen for herself, to the point where she's even able to transform into the Joy Girl. Basically, that's what I would call her, like Joy Boy but Joy Girl. She doesn't have per se the same powers as Nika / Luffy has, but she is able to even come close to those powers. And from the perspective of what we saw in the latest chapters and the latest episodes of One Piece, even in the anime, we literally have been seeing Bonnie do some crazy stuff. She's probably not able to use Conqueror's Haki, Armament Haki maybe not even, or even Observation Haki, but her Devil Fruit power is already strong enough. And from all that perspective, I also think that she is literally still 12-year-old. Like she's still a toddler, you know. So for a toddler to already be this powerful, I am telling you, Bonnie is one of the strongest women in One Piece world. But then we're moving on to our rank number 2. Now for number 2, we have, of course, the biggest and strongest woman in the whole One Piece world, and the most beautiful as well. I am talking about Boa Hancock. Boa Hancock basically has Conqueror's Haki, Armament Haki, and probably also Observation Haki. And on top of it, she also has a Devil Fruit power that allows her to basically transform everybody into just rocks and just destroy them, you know. Boa Hancock, she is one of the strongest Kuja pirates out there. She is one of the strongest leaders you can also get in the One Piece world. And I will also make Boa Hancock in the same level in a way as Kaido's daughter. Kaido's daughter, Yamato. Yamato is very strong. Yamato was able to hold himself against even Kaido, you know. So to hold yourself against Kaido and to fight like literally Kanabo to Kanabo and hold yourself against him and all of that, I am telling you, you gotta be Yamato level. And Yamato level, I will say it's same or if a little bit close as Boa Hancock's level, or if not Boa Hancock, I'm telling like Bonnie. And Yamato with her with her devil fruit power, with the haki, with the conqueror haki that she can use, with the observation haki and the armament haki that she can use and everything. Of course, Yamato is very strong, but then you move on to the number one spot, and the number one spot, I don't believe no one can trump it easily, and no one can get to it that easily, because that spot will take years to get to. And I'm talking about Big Mom. Big Mom is the biggest and most strongest female character we've ever had in the One Piece world, I believe. Like, basically, she uses armament haki, conqueror's haki, and observation haki, but at the same time, she also has a devil fruit power with the whole manipulation of life and all of that. She is basically to do a lot of damage, and she is on the same level as Kaido, per se, from what we saw. And she does also have a big family, a lot of pirates everywhere and all of that. So you understand that Big Mom's power and influence are so big that literally I will call Big Mom the biggest and strongest female pirate of One Piece. And if you guys disagree, let me know down in the comments below and let's talk about it all. But don't forget, like this video, guys, check out my whole channel, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.